Welcome back to the RouG Pod. This is your man Hendo here. This is Intentional Grounding, and I am with my co-host Rodney. How you doing today, Rodney?
Not co-host. We need to discuss a contract, but I'm here for today because I'm a nice person. I'm an incredibly nice person, so here I am.
Okay. I
I'm
mean,
very
listen,
humble as well.
listen. You're what?
Very humble as well. I don't think that should have been a stop mid-sentence moment for you. But all right.
Okay. I mean, you'll get. If I see you tomorrow, you'll get payment tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. It all works out. Scratch my back, I scratch yours. That's how it works.
Yeah.
But we are here once again for the third time this week. You all out there in YouTubeverse, you are going to respect my conglomerate because my team, my people, we have been putting in that work this week. Mad streams every day. Last night, what? Big Reg had a 3.5 hour stream,
Yeah. Way too long. You can't be streaming like that.
especially with the 3 minutes and 22 seconds worth of NBA content, which was what the stream was supposed to be about.
But if you had questions about hot dogs, they got you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you had questions about glizzies, they had 42 conversations about them. A bit too much. A bit too much. All right. So we're going to try to keep today to a half an hour.
Yeah, we are.
Top of the
We're not going to try. We're going to do it. There is no try. Do or do not. And
all right. 30 minutes-ish.
Don't say ish. Don't wave your hands around. All right. We are at 3 minutes. We got 27 minutes left. You better get into it.
All right. Let's see who stop by to chat with us tonight. We got my man Davon in the building. What's going on? Cousin Davon. Brandon Bazel. You were not the first one here. Jared Green was. Ooh. Make sure you go check out my man's channel. I know.
Villain origin story right there.
I know. Davon, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're getting worse than Brady.
I still got 40 points. What is going on?
You're getting worse than Brady. Yes, and if you are new here, or if you haven't been back here in a while, what we are doing now is we are doing loyalty points. The more that you kind of engage with the channel, the more points that you can get. And once again, we will be giving away a prize at the end of the month. Now, once or twice, I haven't decided if it's going to be annually or semi-annually, there is going to be a grand prize, which is going to be bigger, better, more expensive than the other two. Just won't know which months they are. So, like I said, just engage, just be here and watch, just talk in the chat, donate, tip, subscribe, join the Patreon. All these things will get you loyalty points
for the prize, as well as buying tickets to the August 4th meetup.
Facts. Can't forget that. So not only do you get food fun, a chance to meet content creators that you rock with, you get loyalty points. So you get even more prizes, even though you can get prizes at the meet and greet. But a little while ago, Rodney, I did go back in and I updated the points. I gave out more points for more things. So
okay, I like to hear it. Was co-host one of those things?
No, you'll get your prize tomorrow. I told you that.
What you telling me? No, you can't give me loyalty points in person. I told you I want loyalty points.
I'm not giving you loyalty points. I'm giving you something better than loyalty points. I'm giving you something that is digestible.
Let me just sit back.
Wow, what's going on, Derek? Appreciate you dropping by. Marcus Payne in the house. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. First Mutana, what's up? Clot's in the building. Yes, that's right. What's going on, Julian? Appreciate you for being here. I don't know why Brodney's hot. Listen, Brodney.
What's up?
You let me know.
What?
What?
I saw the donation pop up.
Oh, okay. Okay. Shout out to my man first with the $50 donation. He says, "What's up?" Appreciate that, bruh. Now listen.
I need at least 5,000 points per episode.
Listen, First just jumped out to a sizable lead because donations are 100 points per dollar.
I need at least 5,000 points per episode.
First just took that lead. He just got his 5,000 points
retroactively.
First, you are far and away the leader in points right now. Ugh. Yes. What's going on, Flock Nation Speaks? Appreciate you for being here. My baby girl, my oldest, my daughter Jasmine. What's going on, Jazzy?
He will say he buying VC.
Listen, first ain't trying to get them 5,000 points. First got 5,000 points. I gotta make sure
I
write
bet
this
you if
down.
he says exclamation point points right now, he won't have 5,000 points.
That's because with that I have to manually update him. It's just okay. See, Ferris said he's not doing it for the loyalty points. He's doing it for the support, and I appreciate you. And if
Would you like to forfeit those points? Would
that's
you
not
like
how
to
it works.
spread
What's up,
them
Anthony?
around? He can give points to people. That's
Oh,
a
he can.
command too.
He can. I mean, if he wants to, he can. And listen, if you want to donate and help uplift this channel, just go into the chat section. There's a pinned link in the comment section where you can support the channel. You donate as little or as much as you want. I appreciate all donations. And also you'll get Lamar Jackson up here dancing around with your comments highlighted. Yeah, I mean, he can have as many points as he need. You know what I mean? It's about engagement. It's about giving back to the people. Y'all come out here and support us darn it each and every day. And we just want to do something for you all. Or at least I do.
Brandon said he needs support too. And I'm going to say, Brandon, stop begging. Okay? That's what I'm going to say.
All right. All right, we got another donation. Oh snap. Appreciate it, Julian.
Thank you,
$50
Julian.
says gotta match first. Best nation is a donation. And thanks for the grinding, Rodney and Hendo. Yes, indeed. Let me write this down. Julian with the 5,000. I gotta make sure I update that. Appreciate y'all. So my question is, with tomorrow night being a live with tomorrow night being a live stream just for the patrons, should I give them loyalty points as well?
Well, since it is a patron only show, you can't really, unless you're just going to do a flat rate for people who show up, because that is not a live. So it won't, the bot won't be counting watch time or anything like that. So if you're going to give out just a flat rate for people showing up, I would ask you why in the fuck I'm not getting points for
whoa.
All right. Whoa. That's what I would ask you at that point. But I think that's a good idea to give out points for hanging with Hendo. But I have that question that goes along with it, is all.
I'll have to reconsider that. We'll work. Listen, it's ever evolving. All of this, it can change. This is the first month. We're just working through it, trying to get some stuff. So, I'm saying, now that this kickstarted and people are starting to get into the groove, I have to think of a nice gift. Like a very expensive samurai sword or something.
All right. That'd be nice.
It'd be nice. And I already got 2 front runners.
Appreciated. I believe you got more than that. But that's all right.
No, I said I had two front runners.
First, this ain't the other channel.
Listen, we try to keep it as clean as possible. There's no choir boys over here, but we try to keep it clean for the people that don't appreciate the cursing. So
that's how you gonna do me. You can be like, he was no angel. that's how you gonna be.
He wasn't, but not me. Unlike myself, you know what I'm saying? Unlike me, that tries to keep everything. All right. Let's jump into this.
Because we're well into the show. We have not gotten to one topic, and we are not going past 30 minutes.
What's going on?
I have a tavern to tend to.
Listen. Listen. What's the name of the game that you're playing?
Traveler's Rest.
Okay, so B has a new game, Traveler's Rest. Yes. That is similar to Stardew Valley. Yes. And I don't like it.
And everything that I wanted out of Stardew Valley. Okay. And you can say that you don't like it, but you haven't played it.
No. You would love it. I might, but I don't like the fact that I'm in the Discord messaging you and you're not responding.
I did respond.
Eventually. I'm sitting here it's been a couple hours. Why is he not responding to me? Something must be going on.
Listen, man, I'm grinding, man. You don't know how hard it is to go and get the resources. I'm out here making my own iron bars. I'm out here, mining coal, chopping down trees, and then I got to go in there and I got to make the roast fish. I got to make the beer, and then I got to serve it and clean up.
So now you really have to work for a video game.
It's not, man. It's its own reward, honestly.
All right, let's jump into these topics. First topic is Todd Monken's impact. Okay, so
It's not a
Todd,
saloon. Davon, my tavern is a respectable place, but yes, Todd Monken's impact.
yes. So Mike Jones from the Athletic, he had a specific question for Todd Monken. Oh no, that's the wrong one. I just
That's a
oh,
weird question for Todd
that is a
Monken.
weird question. Yes, he had a question. How much can Monken affect Jackson's ability as a passer? And the only reason that this caught my eye was because I think a lot of people forgot about 2019 or 2017, 2016, when Lamar was in college, that he can't pass. There's still a narrative out there after all of these seasons that he can't throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we have, I'm sorry, cool.
No.
How you on it?
Well, I was gonna say, all right. No, I think it's a bad question because, like you said, Lamar is a great passer.
Facts.
They've chosen not to highlight that in Baltimore, but he's crazy efficient when they throw the ball. And anytime they've had even a tiny little bit of talent out there with him, they've put up huge numbers on offense. It's when they allow the team to just degrade around him that things got a little bit worse. And part of that's on Lamar too. He looked frustrated at times.
Mm-hmm.
And he made some bad decisions, kind of throwing the ball up, throwing it in double coverage occasionally. But I don't think it's not fair to question his ability as a passer. He's proven over and over and over and over again that he's a high level quarterback.
I would agree. And also, look at the wide receiving core that he had: Seth Roberts, Willie
Yes.
Snead, Hayden Hurst, Hollywood with screws in his foot. Like, he did these things with below average receivers, and supposedly, apparently, the wide receiving core has been upgraded this year. No matter what you say, how you want to call it, they are considerably better than what they had in 2019. I guess the question might be because it's a new system, but in its simplistic form, football is football. Yes, you have coordinators that call different plays and different concepts, but football is football. You see the guy that's
They all
open, you
got
throw
the
it to him.
same routes.
Yes,
Like,
they just call it different.
you ain't teaching Odell no routes he ain't run before. You run the same plays as everybody else. It's about the timing and frequency, and they do dress up plays a little bit to try and deceive the other side of the ball. But yeah, like you said, football is football. They know how to play. That's why they don't need to be at OTAs.
This is facts. But I just wanted to sit and talk about this because I'm hoping and praying, regardless of what happens with Odell or the rest of them, that Lamar, which he probably will not, dispels the myth he can't pass. He's a runner. He only runs. This team will not be successful without him running the ball. Even though in a lot of the games after he proved the narrative we can come back from deficits, he's a capable passer. He passes better than a lot of the quarterbacks that people give a lot of credit for. It's just Lamar Jackson seems to be the only one that misses passes. Pat Mahomes would never. Joe Burrow would never. Josh Allen has never missed a pass. Josh Allen doesn't have funks where he goes 3 games a year where he throws like 10 interceptions. But people seem to forget about that.
No, he's like Gandalf in that wherever the ball ends up is precisely where he meant to put it, even if it's in the defender's hands. He did it for a reason, right? But no, Lamar is one of the better passers in the league, one of the best passers in the league, and he doesn't have the opportunity to make up for mistakes the way those other quarterbacks do.
Sure.
Right. Pat Mahomes misses a throw, which he does, or Justin Herbert or Aaron Rodgers or Josh Allen, like you said, or Joe Burrow. They get another opportunity to make that throw, and then they usually make it. Mm-hmm. If Lamar misses a throw, it's 17 straight runs, and oh my God, Lamar's terrible.
Right. Nor do they give credit to the fact or credence to the fact that, hey, that wide receiver ran the wrong route. Lamar put it in a spot where it was supposed to be.
17 straight runs, and not to your starting running back, mind you. If we want to talk about how fantastic that offense had been coordinated in the past.
Yeah, I mean, but listen, we are about to change that narrative and one day say, remember when Lamar had to run the ball 22 times a game? That is all going to be in the past. So that is topic 1. Topic number 2. See how we streamlining it? See how we just moving?
Yeah, there better be 3 topics, and not a topic more. That face tells me that it's not happening like that.
It's not happening. But if we go through them quickly, we'll hit the time.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right. This one was interesting. I was just reading around, and I saw this article. I think it was Baltimore Beatdown, if I'm not mistaken. And they said 3 reasons to be pessimistic for the 2023 season. And I'm thinking to myself, why would we be pessimistic after the Ravens?
Yeah.
What was all that for?
I know I was thinking of 3 reasons. I was kind of
so
I got 3 reasons.
But I mean, why with all that has gone on and all the changes that we've made and this research, this new John Harbaugh. See, I called him Harbaugh this time. With his new thought process and just everything changing, why would there be reasons for pessimism? So, I read the article and I brought it up. So these are the 3 reasons that Baltimore Beatdown brought up as fans. People should be pessimistic about the upcoming season. Reason number 3. Will the Baltimore Ravens actually stay healthy? Now, this is a tricky one because a lot of people like to blame Steve Saunders for the Ravens not being healthy for the last few years, but let's not fool ourselves. The Ravens have been a team that's been bit by the injury bug for the last 15 years. So I don't know if we can all the way scapegoat Steve Saunders.
I don't know about all that. I mean, that's a stretch. Ravens fans will certainly tell you that, so I understand where you're coming from. But every team gets hit hard with injuries. Right. Everybody. 3-1.
No. I thought it was a mistake.
Where's number 2?
It was a mistake. I thought you were talking, bro.
I was talking.
Okay, finish.
I am finished now.
All right. Reason number 2. The Baltimore Ravens defense lost some big names. Like I said yesterday, the only big name that this website, this publication really specified was Calais Campbell. Not a big loss to me. Like I said, he hasn't been good for 3 years. And everybody's going to say, but the leadership. What about the leadership? It didn't do nothing for the rest of those guys.
Which is why I don't ever really like that argument. Like, that's not a thing that really happens. Like, you guys can go in there and try and help out the younger players as much as possible, show them how to work out, what they need to do to be a professional in the league. But he ain't turning Odafe Owe into Michael Parsons. So
that was the hope.
Right.
That was the hope that we could do that. But yeah, I guess what? Chuck Clark, if you want to start splitting hairs.
Well, I mean, Marcus Peters.
He's not.
He's not on the team.
I still have hope.
He's not on the team.
Okay, I still have hope. He's still out there. I think he's just waiting to see what happens because I'm sure he could have signed with the team. I'm sure he could have signed with the Raiders if he really wanted to. But he's waiting to come on back home because we all know Rock Yassin just ain't that dude.
I would like to know. I would like to ask Ravens fans why y'all think this man can still play, but he's just sitting out there waiting for a vet minimum offer from Baltimore and nobody else wants to sign him.
Because they're holding that injured year against him.
Oh, okay.
Oh. But that's my conundrum. That's where I get into that space with not just Ravens fans in general. With certain people, it's oh, they were injured. They're coming off an injury. You got to give them a year to get better. But with other players, it's like, oh yeah, they came back from injury, they trash.
Well, I think the reason specifically in this case was that he had already lost a step before he tore his ACL. He already wasn't the same player. Now he was still good. Right. He was still good, but then he tore his ACL after that, and he's over 30. And he was a guy, he's not a lockdown corner to begin with. True. He relies heavily, granted, he relies heavily on his IQ, which is tremendous, but he also relies heavily on his athletic ability, his explosion to be able to break on passes and make those game-changing plays that he's known for.
Right.
So you've already lost a step, and then you tear your ACL, and you're over 30, on the wrong side of 30, and it's like, maybe you can't come back from that.
Okay,
and be that guy.
And I understand that, but good being a relative term. For me, it's not, is he good enough in the sense of should he be guard number ones? No, I don't think so. But is he good enough compared to what we have on the rest of the roster?
Well, I mean, I think with a player like Mike, or I was saying Michael Parcells reading the chat with Marcus Peters, you have to weigh that against how much John Harbaugh hates looking at that man's face every day.
That's true.
And is it worth it? Because a few years ago, it was worth it, right? Like he was making, like I said, game changing plays every other week. And if what he's doing in 2023 is getting burnt every other week, maybe John Harbaugh don't want to look at your face anymore.
But I mean,
that's what happens when you got a big mouth and an attitude. Not saying that you shouldn't have it, but that's if people don't want you around, they're gonna get you out as soon as possible.
Listen, I guarantee he's gonna ball out this year for whatever team he plays for. He may not be Marcus Peters' role. He may not be Kansas City Marcus Peters, but I still think he can contribute to a team. He can cover some of these number twos out here.
Man, you backpedaled real quick on that one. You went from ball out this year to, man, he can contribute in like 15 seconds.
That's what I meant. Ball out, contribute.
You said he can contribute and maybe guard some of these number twos out here. Let me ask you this. Just in division. Let's say that DeAndre Hopkins, let's say the worst happens and he does reunite with Deshaun Watson, right?
That would be nasty.
Now tell me which number two in division he can cover.
Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson's actually the number one. He got the most targets last year.
I don't care what they say. This is a new season, and everyone knows George Pickens is the number one.
But I would say that no, he can't cover Deontay Johnson either. But Deontay Johnson is also probably not going to catch it. So we'll call that one even, right? He's 0-2-1.
Listen. I don't care if the wide receiver drops it or not. You're still going to see this.
You better care because he ain't going to drop every one of them. That's the worst thing that you see every Sunday is a DB trailing a receiver by 7 yards and receiver drops the ball and the DB's out there celebrating.
Brandon Stevens.
I was not going to. He's a safety, so I don't know.
We don't know what Brandon Stevens is.
They said he's going to play safety.
They said
they want him to focus on safety.
They said that the first year, and then what happened last year?
I mean, things happen,
right? And this is the crazy part. They're gonna keep doing this flip flop, and then in the contract year, they're gonna let him go because they're gonna you haven't mastered anything on his defense.
Yeah,
because that's what we do.
They drafted a dude without a position, didn't give him a position, and be like, why can't you play football at NFL level at every position we put you at?
It's like, what is wrong with you? All right, the number one reason for pessimism for the 2023 season is, can the Baltimore Ravens get the most out of their wide receivers this upcoming season? To me, that was kind of stupid because, yes, we cannot do any worse than we did last year.
Yeah, I don't like that one. That don't make no sense.
I think number one should be Lamar Jackson playing the full season. But I have the utmost confidence Lamar's going to play 17 games because week 18, they're not 16 games. Week 18, they're not going to need him. We're going to be in the playoffs. He's going to be sitting out. I mean, he can actually sit out the last 2 weeks because we have everything wrapped up.
Possibly. The main point there is just, you gotta protect him and run him less. Really should have looked to address right tackle it in some shape or form,
some capacity.
But maybe left guard as well. But we'll see. Right? I think he's going to spend a lot more time in the pocket. He's got great pocket awareness, and he's great at evading pass rushers. And if you turn down you take down the wear and tear that he's getting just from running the ball in general, he should be fine. As far as the wide receivers, I mean, he got the most out of Hollywood. He got the most out of Demarcus Robinson. He got the most out of Devin Duvernay. He got the most out of Miles Boykin. Like Miles Boykin don't even step on the field anymore. So I don't know why he would not be able to perform with actually talented wide receivers at this point.
Yeah, I thought they just put that in there just to write the article.
Yeah. People like lists, and you got to have a certain number of things in a list.
Facts. All right, next topic, PFF ranking. So PFF came out with an article ranking the linebackers in the NFL. And I want you to guess.
Good for them.
Where Roquan Smith came in at.
All
So
right. Well,
they rank them in tiers. They rank them in certain tiers.
okay. So what are the tiers?
1, 2,
Just
3,
eight,
4,
like
5,
A, B, C.
6.
Okay, it's just numbered. Um, I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little deduction here and
Okay.
say that I know that you're not the biggest Roquan fan, and I know that if he was in tier one, you would not have brought this up.
I
So
like
I'm
Roquan.
going. Okay, I said I didn't say you didn't like him. I said you're not the biggest fan. So I know that you. I damn sure know you didn't like that they paid him that much money. I'm gonna say that Roquan ended up in tier 3.
Ooh. Well, as you can see here, Fred Warner, deservedly so, is in tier 1.
Mm-hmm.
Levante David, is he still playing at that level?
I don't know. And I think he missed last year, didn't he? Or most of
He
last
did
year. But
a lot of it.
yeah,
Yeah,
that might be a legacy pick right there.
Demario Davis is a baller.
Yeah.
I don't know if he should be in tier 1. He is a baller though. I can't take anything from him on that one.
Is Fred Warner's running mate not there? Greenlaw?
Okay, he's at number 8, I believe. So
Yeah.
Roquan Smith came in tier 2, right underneath
Okay.
Matt Milano from the Buffalo Bills. Now I didn't
Gotcha.
understand that one. Matt Milano, he's decent.
He had a fantastic year.
Better than Roquan.
I mean, Roquan had the type of year that saw him get kicked off his team, I guess. So
he did not get kicked off of his team.
He didn't finish the season for the Chicago Bears either, did he?
Right, because someone wanted him more. Someone decided they wanted him so much they gave up a 2nd round pick
for a guy who was drafted in the top 10. Yep.
No, you gotta be like that, man.
I don't know. I mean, we're just talking, right? Like, I'm trying to kill these last 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
You gotta kill him. We got plenty to talk about.
I see his replacement down there in the same tier, and his replacement in Buffalo above him. So, I mean, maybe he's not as valuable as y'all thought playing that off-ball linebacker spot.
Maybe he is. Maybe that attitude, that ferocity. Listen, he's brought an attitude of hitting to Baltimore. Yeah. Like they were not hitting like that. Like like a lot of people love to say, he unlocked something in Patrick Queen that wasn't there. Maybe it was the simple fact that Patrick Queen was playing out of position and he needed to move somewhere else.
Hey, maybe it was a coincidence because Patrick Queen started playing better before Roquan got there. And maybe it was the fact that you drafted a middle linebacker who had only had 1 year of experience in middle linebacker and then made him a starter at middle linebacker, replacing CJ Mosley, who was great at middle linebacker. Maybe that's what happened.
You like saying middle linebacker, don't you?
I mean, I want to really hammer home
the point.
What's causing all of these issues for the Baltimore Ravens, and it's the middle linebacker position, which should not be causing any issues for you whatsoever. Because who cares?
Okay, well, guess where Patrick Queen came in? Guess which tier Patrick Queen ended up in?
I mean, you're rubbing your hands together like you're excited. So
no. It was lotion. No, it was not.
Oh, okay. I bet that was it. How many tiers are there?
There are 8 tiers.
8 tiers. Okay. So if Roquan is in tier 2, I'm gonna say they put Pat in tier 4.
Coming in at number 26 and tier 6.
No, tier 6. That's a little excessive. Especially coming off of the year he just had. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, I said 26. So you telling me there are 25 linebackers that played better than Pat Queen last season? Mm-hmm. I don't think so. I don't think I'll do that to my favorite.
Now, these are just off-ball linebackers. It's not any edge rushers or anything like that who play linebacker.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
That's very disrespectful.
That is very, very disrespectful. But speaking of, Derek said no team.
Oh, mean.
But y'all are terrible. But speaking of Pat Queen, he said that the Baltimore Ravens decline in his 5th-year option was one of the best things to happen to him. It was a blessing in disguise because now he can focus on football. He's not worried about contracts.
What was he focused on before?
Twitter.
Well, yeah.
Seafood restaurants. Twitter beefs.
And that takes us to 30 minutes.
But now he says that he understands this is a business. Wow. He's taking his feelings out of it and is approaching this now as a business. So regardless what the Ravens do, he's going to be happy either way. He's just going to play football, try to win a championship, blah, 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 all the good stuff. But my thing is, if he balls out, what are they going to do? Because they didn't want to give him the $12.5 million fifth-year option. And if he plays well, and if he definitely plays better than he did last season, he's up in that money. So what are the Ravens going to do? I know EDC said that he wanted to keep him around and sign him to an extension. But my thing is, if you wanted to sign him to an extension, you would have signed him to an extension.
Yeah, that seems like what you would have done if that's what you wanted to do. What he wants to do is not sign him to an extension so much and maybe say that, oh man, we got priced out of this one, guys. We wish him luck elsewhere.
Facts. Brandon, you're not getting a point for every 30 seconds you're on the stream. You get your points how you get your points, like everyone else. All right, next topic, really quickly.
What
do
you mean, though?
What do you mean? What I mean?
31, 57, 58, 59. 2 minutes over now.
Bro, it's Friday. We ain't doing nothing.
I am doing things, actually.
I mean, I know you have your farm that's into.
It's not a farm.
Oh,
I am farming.
I'm sorry.
I'm growing some vegetables because it is mad expensive to order the vegetables, man. Like you would not believe.
Your town. You have a town to get
not
to.
But town, it's a tavern.
Same difference. Anyway, Baltimore Ravens top target. Who do you think is going to be the Baltimore Ravens top target entering this season?
You mean in terms of number of catches, yards, or are you talking about free agency or what? What do you mean?
Just top targets, receiving. Catches,
okay. I think the leading receiver is going to be Mark Andrews, and I think that because they have. I won't say too many wide receivers. They have a decent number of receivers out there. You got Flowers, you got Bateman, you got Odell. You possibly maybe bringing in Hopkins. At this point, still that's a possibility. You got Aguilar, Duvernay still out there, and I think that Lamar likes to spread the ball around. But I do think that Mark is his favorite guy, and I think that the presence of those receivers will open things up for Mark. And we all know that Mark is a regular season superstar. So now, would you like to ask me who their top target is going to be in the playoffs? Because it's not going to be Mark.
Enlighten me.
Okay. In the playoffs, assuming they do not sign DeAndre Hopkins, just with the guys who are there right now, it's going to be Odell. And I think that Odell is going to be rounding into dominant form by that point in the season.
I agree with you on the playoffs. Regular season, who do I think the top target's going to be? I would say Mark Andrews, but that was because we were limited at receiver. And
what's up, Chris?
What's up, Chris? I was just about to say Tyler's gonna get a lot of bench hours.
No, I can't wait to see what practice squad he ends up on, honestly.
Facts, he's gone. Him and Prochet are done. What's going on, DDSQ? Baltimore Ravens top target. I'm gonna go with Bateman. I think that Lamar is going to do whatever he can to try to keep Bateman happy. We already have an issue with J.K. Dobbins went out. Yeah. Bateman had his problems this offseason with EDC, and I don't think it's going to get any better. And then now you brought in all of these other assets on the offensive side, and that's taking targets away from him. And that, in essence, is taking away money when he comes up for a contract. So I think, Lamar did the same thing with Hollywood. He kind of force-fed him the ball because that's his man, that's his homeboy. He's trying to get him his numbers. He's trying to help him break out. So I think Bateman will be the regular season top target getter if he can stay healthy. That is the caveat. But you are correct. I think when the playoffs come around, Odell Beckham is going to be the one to shine if he is healthy as well.
Now, I noticed that you did say targets and not catches when you were talking about Bateman. I know my man, he checked in with like a 53% catch rate last season. So that's not necessarily how I would define their top target. But no, I hear you though.
I mean, you ain't had to point that out.
Lamar likes to take care of his guys.
He likes to take care of his peoples. Like he's a good dude. DDSQ says on the JK issue, I feel like people tear running backs like black make labor in general. Overworked and undervalued. Oh, yeah, I got you now. Yeah, I mean, listen, One thing I will say is J.K. is not overworked.
No, he's
That
not.
man barely gets 15 carries a game, and I think that's
Yeah.
part of his problem.
And he ain't undervalued either. My man has 1,300 yards in 3 years. That's
Maybe he's overhyped.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I think he's very talented, but like you
Yeah.
said, definitely not overworked. My
No.
man is he's the Skip Bayless of running backs right now. Like he's getting all them, he's getting the money. He's like one show. They ain't running me around like Stephen A. They got Stephen A covering UFC, boxing, basketball, everything. Skip got one chair. He sits in for 1 hour.
And then they just recycle the same time. They don't even do a full show. They do a partial show and just start rerunning or re-airing parts of the conversation. Like, yeah, he might be. But no worries. I see nobody got released today, but it's coming. Maybe that Dalvin Cook thing.
You guys.
I do, but if Dalvin Cook becomes available, I will take him. All right, Nick Saban. Really quickly, we're going to talk about Nick Saban. So Nick Saban is going to Congress to lobby congressmen to get a federal NIL mandate, because to him, everything needs to be the same, because some teams, because they are in different states, they have different rules for different states. And because of this, he feels that some teams are getting an unfair advantage when it comes to recruiting. So now that the tables have turned and it's legal for colleges to pay for players, Alabama does not have the advantage that it once had. And now Nick Saban is crying. It's just like when he came to the NFL. You stopped dealing with college kids that needed to be on a team to get the exposure, and you started dealing with grown men that got paychecks and made more money than you made. You could not handle that because you could not control the conversation and the narrative. And now you're kind of back in a similar situation, because with the transfer portal, if somebody doesn't like Saban and he's not playing them, I can enter the transfer portal and go somewhere else and possibly make more money. So
yeah, Nick Saban's a goddamn crybaby, and and it's not even just this; it's with literally everything. I don't want to hear a single word out of that dude's mouth. Like, you got that school buying your house for you, when you are the highest paid employee in the state, or highest paid government employee in the state. But I would not be surprised if he was just the highest paid person. And you're just out here. I mean, let's be honest, just exploiting broke kids to make you richer. And now other schools are able to kind of lure some of that talent away, and you can't be 8 deep at running back with first round picks anymore, and you want to go crying.
Facts. And you know what? Because of this, we normally only have one a week, but I think because Nick Saban being Nick Saban, we're gonna have to have 2 this week. Haterade. Yeah, Nick Saban, you are our second hater of the week. trying to sit there and cry over college kids making money. You're making money, but you supposedly love these kids and want the best for them, but you're trying to limit them on their earning capacity. Like,
yeah, I bet he wouldn't like it if somebody came and was like, Nick, I don't think you should be making more than like $150K.
Right. Exactly. All right.
I mean, you're an amateur coach and all. And why don't you pick up a couple of classes while you're here at this Institute of Higher Learning?
Right. Why don't you teach something other than karaoke? Because apparently he invites the recruits and their parents over to his house, and they all do karaoke, and the parents and them just eat it all up. It's like, he's man, so friendly.
Look how much he loves them kids.
Right. And the wife bakes cookies and everything. It's like, look at us. What? We are so family friendly. Yes, sir. We try to do what we can do. All right. Last 2 subjects so we can get on up out of here.
What do you mean? We're over 40 already. What do you mean?
We got to do it for the people. I'm doing it for the people. Listen, if you like these conversations and you want to chime in even more, we do this all day long. And we include even more people. Yes, we do.
No. What? Listen. This is a half-hour show. And what you need to do, I mean, this isn't my channel. It's not my show, so I can't make this happen.
This is your show.
But this isn't my channel. This isn't my show. So what you need to do is tell them, for every 10 minutes over 30 minutes, we need X number of donations. Otherwise, stream done. Okay,
So we hit
because it's a 30-minute show.
So we hit 30 minutes, and then if it's no donations, we just cut it off right then and there.
Now, I will say that doesn't apply to today because I'm now remembering back to previous donations. But I mean, just in general.
Just in general.
Very angry at this moment.
Mm-hmm. What's going on? See, an addict. Thank you for dropping by. Hey, Chris, we will not be doing a 3-hour show. This is a half an hour show, supposedly.
Why don't you hop on if you want it to be 3 hours, Chris?
Yes.
Oh, don't act like you're not a streamer too.
Right. We'll leave you be. Like, I will turn my camera and mic off and lay back and let you go to town, sir.
Yeah, you can come up here and give a dissertation on your boy Tylen.
How about that? You know what I mean? You can bring visuals and all. I honestly don't care.
You in the Discord, we'll drop the link real quick.
First of all, they didn't donate to keep the show going. They donated to get the loyalty points to try to win the prize. It's a difference here, sir. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? You have to put certain things in its proper place, and that's what happened.
And I don't know how you're working out an hour show. I didn't give any specific values.
Facts.
For that very reason.
Right. People always trying to get over stuff. But next topic, Russell Wilson.
What happened?
Almost the Philadelphia Eagle.
All right, Chris.
What happened was you was cooking for the kids. Yeah, you gotta do that family time, bro. It is dinner time. I ain't gonna hold you on that one, but whatever.
No,
but
you throw some craft dinner up there, you be done in 10 minutes.
Facts. Did you know that Russell Wilson was almost an Eagle before that season?
I did not know that.
Yes,
that would have been tragic for that team.
Yes, they kind of were. They had a little bit of trepidation when it came to Jalen Hurts. Yeah. So they actually went to Seattle and was like, "Yo, we want Russ," and they was like, "Good to go." Deal was almost done, but Russell Wilson was like, "I do not want to go to the NFC least. Do not send me to the Commanders. Do not send me to the Eagles." And right at the last minute, they kiboshed that. Got another donation. Appreciate you, DDSQ. $4.20 donation saying, showing love for the stream on Friday night. Support Black content creators. I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.
You know, we try.
I mean, he didn't want to go there, but he was like, I'll go and play in my home shadow.
I mean, it would have been easy to go in the East and just win league titles and essentially guarantee yourself the playoffs every year. But, you know, Russell Wilson's a competitor.
Well, Russell Wilson was not guaranteed to win anything with the way he was playing. That Eagles team was not making the playoffs with Russell Wilson.
Fact. Do you think how that could have changed the landscape of the NFL? Like, if Russell Wilson would have went there, the Eagles would not have had that record they had, nor would they have gone to the Super Bowl. Who would have came out the NFC?
You know, I gotta believe, because at that point, you know, Dallas gets bumped up to division champs, right? And that opens up another wild card. And man, Carolina was right there.
We saying Carolina for Super Bowl?
Carolina for the Super Bowl. And, you know, once you get in, anything could happen.
Not that.
I mean, I watched a man score 0 points in the first quarter, and he ended up the leading scorer for the game. So anything can happen. All right. So I don't know. I don't know what you mean.
Listen. Speaking of passers in Denver, the best quarterback in Denver, Nikola Jokic, the best passer. I seen him drop some dimes yesterday. Listen, yesterday, Brad and I were watching the game in the Discord, in the StreamYards, and we were just amazed at how Denver was not even trying. Like, they were just throwing lazy passes, jogging up and down the court. Dudes were just trying trick shots for the hell of it. And it's like, they still up 17 points.
They opened up that game and said, nah, you go ahead, Aaron Gordon. You get yours. You get yours. We got it.
Every quarter, they took turns. They took turns as to who was going to score. I said, this is amazing.
Michael Porter, you up?
He's like, your turn, bro. And then, listen, so a lot of people, and I know a lot of Miami Heat fans, I'm not going to bring up any names, Nitro, they're going to sit there and say, hey, Strus and who's the other one? Strus and
Vincent and
Vincent,
Caleb Martin.
Caleb Martin. They went like,
oh, you mean Jimmy Butler?
No, I wasn't gonna get on him. I wasn't getting on him yet. It's just I just know Strus went like 0 for 10 from 3. Caleb Martin went like 2 for 7, something like that. And a lot of the Miami Heat fans are saying, hey, they're not going to shoot like this the whole series, so you can't expect the team to perform like that. Denver didn't shoot well from 3 either.
Denver shot horribly from 3. Horribly. They shot 29% and they whooped their ass.
Facts.
So
when you start talking that, Denver's not going to play that bad again.
And they can't even be like, oh, wait till Jimmy shows up, because I mean, maybe he ain't gonna show up. But Jokic took 12 shots in that game. Believe me when I tell you, he can do a lot more damage than he did last night with his 27-point triple-double. Or the other night. I don't remember what it was now.
It was last night.
It's
just every night. It's every night.
It was so late. I was so tired. I don't know.
I was laughing so hard.
What even is time anymore?
That's fact. But it was crazy. End of the first quarter, 2 points. We were in 7 minutes to go, in the fourth quarter. He had like 15 points. And I promise you, 6 possessions later, he had 27. I said, what the? But Bam Adebayo, he's supposed to be the Jokic stopper.
Yeah, that's what I heard. He's going to win Finals MVP, is what I heard.
Yes.
Yeah. No, Chris. Yeah, our Denver Nuggets looked great yesterday, Chris. That was a fantastic performance. Listen, I told you.
I know, not you. No, this is for Chris. Chris, listen, every day on Twitter, all I kept saying was my Celtics. My Celtics now is my Denver Nuggets.
As soon as I saw that report there that the Lakers might give Austin Reeves $100 million, I was a free agent, man.
He's a free agent, somebody else. Yes, DDSQ. Listen, I just wish Money Making Mitch was here.
He's been real scarce.
He's been real ghost, because he's been talking about how Jimmy Butler's a superstar. And that's just the question that we pose to everybody. Is Jimmy Butler a superstar? And people say, oh, look what he did. Oh, he just does this. No, if you look throughout the playoffs, now guaranteed, I give it to you, he gets his teammates to play a lot better. But if you look at his performances, even against Boston, he's had other 3 for 16 games.
It's been 4 straight bad games for him.
It has.
So, yeah.
Oh, well, listen. I mean, tell your cousin, keep up the good work. Because I want Denver to win. Keep up the good work. Like, I don't want him to go 0 for 10, because I don't want anybody to get that ridicule.
It's very rude. It's very rude. But man, I'm pulling for John Starks 2.0 over there. I mean, no, if I 1.1 maybe.
What's going on, Jose? Here we go. I knew it was going to be 1. Where was your superstar last night?
Okay.
Where was your superstar in Game 7? Where was your superstar in Game 6? Where was your superstar in Game 5? He wasn't there. Like, he shows up at certain times, and when he has good games, he has very good games, and it kind of overshadows his bad games. So a lot of people want to say, look at him, he's out here carrying this team. No, Vincent, he carried the team. Like, oh, here go another Boston fan. What's going on, Raven Z?
What you mean another? Sugar ain't in here.
No, Raven C's a Boston fan.
You said another.
Him and Chris.
I thought Sugar ain't in here, so I didn't know those two.
Mr. Hack.
Don't be talking about us Nuggets fans. Shout out to Adelia.
Shout out to Adelia. She should be so happy right now.
The only actual Nuggets fan in existence, I think.
It's a couple of them spread out. But I told y'all, Denver is going to sweep them. Not a gentleman sweep.
I don't think they're going to sweep them.
Where's Miami? Where's Miami going to beat them? Did you listen?
I don't know. I don't like predicting sweeps because they're all professionals, and it's really hard to sweep somebody. But you're not going to get me to explain to you how the Miami Heat are going to beat the Denver Nuggets in a game of basketball. But I just think that they will at least once.
Listen.
Just cause
you can talk about certain things until you see it. it's totally different. When I saw Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon standing there and watching the people guarding them, I'm like, these dudes are like giants.
Yeah.
These dudes are like giants. Miami has no size. You got Bam
Bro,
trying to guard
I
Jokic.
swear to God, at one point I saw Kyle Lowry getting backed down by Nikola. I'm like, this is over for y'all.
Listen, and that's not even to mention how many times there were switches. You had Jimmy Butler, you had Vincent, you had Martin on Jokic guarding him, and Jokic just passed it. He didn't even take him down low. He said, "Listen, I'm not exerting any energy. Y'all go ahead and do what you got to do."
Listen, Julian, Coach said the Heat were finished before they even officially made the playoffs. So, I mean,
but some people, when you get when you get an opportunity, just like if the Panthers had made the Super Bowl. Yes, you may have said that they were dead during the season.
Oh,
but
hey, what's up, Coach?
What's up, Coach?
Hendo been talking mad shit about your team. Did you Google that, Chris?
Right. He had enough time to hit that Google and be like, you know what? Alex English is the man. Dan Issel, that's my guy.
I did love McDice though. Damn shame happened to him.
Antonio, injuries have messed up so many careers. That's right, Coach. He's sitting there talking about your players going 0 for 10 from 3. Jimmy Butler just doing Jimmy Butler type things. Like you can't depend on him when the going gets tough. And then the only problem I really had with Jimmy Butler last night, was when they were leaving off the court and he's yelling at people. I'm like,
I'm sorry. I'm looking up, and it said that Agent E has said that Jimmy Butler is a superstar,
right?
But now he says he will be a superstar. Just watch. When is that? When's the coronation?
After the sweep
or graduation or whatever it's gonna be. The evolution
after the sweep. But my thing was, why are you yelling at them, Jimmy Butler? Why are you not yelling at yourself?
He wasn't yelling at them.
Oh, okay. Oh, he must
have been. It was like the same thing with Jokic.
With Jokic, I wasn't talking to Jokic.
Yeah, I was talking to some elderly woman on the sideline behind him.
She know who I was talking to. Yeah. Make sure y'all tell Jokic I wasn't talking about him. I was like, what?
Yeah, and he went to the locker room just to tell them that he wasn't talking about him, right?
Right, and he ain't as tough as he.
Oh, that's not nice, Raven.
But makes himself appear to be
very, very true. Yeah, very true.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And so like the problem for Miami is, Jimmy is he's been great, and he kind of they got the Heat culture and they play real hard and they go on these runs, they've been extremely successful considering their roster. Mm-hmm. But to get over that hump, you need another star. And can Jimmy Butler coexist with another star? Because so far the answer has been no.
But what about Bam?
A star.
Bam was their leading scorer.
Star, I said.
Bam was their leading scorer, sir.
Star is what I said.
Yeah, it's facts. Yeah, Coach. That size difference. Good Lord have mercy.
The Lakers are big, and they swept the Lakers too. So I think it's a skill thing.
But how did they make it to the finals, though? Well, I mean, I know how they beat Boston. It's just
yes, and they played the Knicks.
Yeah, you're right.
Look, there were not a lot of great teams in the postseason this year.
Hell, I can't stand Chris.
You spelled it wrong though.
It don't make a difference. I can't stand Chris.
How did you like? What were you like a huge fan of like PJ Brown and the suplex? Did you like that?
You like
back in the day?
You like that?
With Miami, like is that stuck in your mind when they were walking through that door to face your Nuggets? Like, man, this team rough. What do you think of that?
Yeah. All right, listen. It's been 55 minutes. We are 25 minutes over our time limit.
Yes.
So let's just cool. It's not cool, but let's just do some housekeeping right now and let the people know what's going on. So B, what's coming? What we got going on in August?
In August. Oh, you talking about the meetup?
Yes,
The
sir.
Roundup meetup, August 4th. That's a Friday. Friday evening, August 4th at Bus Boys and Poets in Columbia, Maryland. We're going to be having a meet and greet type event. There's going to be free food, free drinks. There's going to be music. There's going to be prizes given away. There's going to be goodie bags. You know, you're going to get to meet Hendo. You're going to get to meet OTR Mike. You're going to get to meet Coach, my brother Jose, Chris from Deep Cover Pod. Everybody going to be there.
Everybody gonna be there.
So right down there at the bottom, see with those asterisks, eventbrite.com, and in the search box, type in the Roundup. It'll come right up. Or I believe Hendo has the link in the description as well, the direct link.
Yes, sir.
All right. So go ahead and hit the Eventbrite link. Purchase your tickets because they are limited. And you want to make sure that you get your tickets ahead of time, because don't listen to Suge. You ain't getting in the side door. There ain't no scalping. It's once they're gone, they're gone. And it's going to be a fantastic time.
Facts. Now, like I said,
He can tell us about, Kristen tells about all the times that he used to sit at home watching Alex English, and how he got bullied by all them terrible Knick fans.
Facts. But listen, we haven't spoken to Coach yet, and I don't know how if he's going to be in this, but if you do buy your tickets, you get loyalty points. Yes. Get a lot of them. Get loyalty points from this channel, and you get loyalty points from Lunch Break Hot Take. So that'll further your cause into winning that prize. And who's to say this month might be that grand prize month? I just don't know yet. Yes, sir.
Because Ferris is playing to win.
Listen, on both channels.
Yes.
In both channels. Ferris is playing for keeps. Like, y'all keep slipping. Ferris is, well, he and Julian are tied. Well, no, Julian wasn't here yesterday, was he?
I don't believe so.
So Ferris is probably in the lead by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's going to be a great time.
And he's way out in front on our channel too for right now.
Brandon says after party on the 5th.
I don't have any information on that. I don't know what that would be.
Well, I have that in a secret envelope. It depends. It depends on if these people buy these tickets, the turnout, if it's a good time, if the energy and the vibe is well. There may be something special on August 5th.
I'm going to be watching the Meg too on August 5th. So I don't know what y'all are doing.
Oh, what are we having? A watch along? What we doing? What we doing?
No, I was just going to go to the movies because it comes out that day. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Babies are welcome.
That's right. You know, we'll have something for the kids. I guess maybe not. Doubt it. Anyway, appreciate y'all for hanging out with us, Brian. Let the people know what you got going on, sir.
Well, you know, you all can find me on Lunch Break Hot Take, where I do a show with my brother Jose. We do that every Wednesday evening at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Follow that up with the Overtime Show that is just for patrons. I'm also a member of the Ring Kings podcast, the best boxing podcast out there, with my brother Jose and our friend OTR Mike. We right now we're going through a kind of a restructuring with that as well, like we just did with Lunch Break Hot Take. We changed it. Not a new what? Yes,
he got a newborn. No,
absolutely.
You got that's bonding time. That's bonding time, bro.
You can bond with everybody. Like you want that baby to learn how to socialize, bro.
That's true. These kids today.
And listen, we're gonna play some good music. You don't want that baby growing up on country. But anyway, the habit of my niece is ugly. But anyway, Ring Kings podcast. Right now, we're putting out episodes every Monday, and we stream after big time events Saturday evenings, mostly Saturday evenings because Inoue is fighting on Tuesday because he's fighting in Japan. But yeah, go head over to Ring Kings podcast, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when we go live, and we will have some news on the schedule going forward very soon.
So nothing on Saturday?
Saturday, at this point, there's not really a big fight. Clarissa Shields is fighting, but her opponent, was removed because her opponent was taking some things that her opponent was not supposed to be taking,
Right.
and they replaced her with someone who I feel like is probably going to get knocked out. So not really going to be something that we stream. But next weekend, we've got Josh Taylor versus Teofimo Lopez. And there is a big UFC event next weekend as well. So we might talk about that a bit, but we'll definitely stream after the Teofimo and Josh Taylor fight.
Bet. So that means you will be available for hanging with Hendo.
No, man. What do you mean? You know what we're doing tomorrow.
No, what are we doing?
Jesus Christ. We're meeting at Jose's tomorrow afternoon.
I know that. That's afternoon, but hanging with Hendo's in the evening.
You live 5 minutes from Jose's house. I don't live 5 minutes.
You can't stream from his house?
No. I don't have a setup over there.
This is a
I don't know what you think this is.
This is a hangout for patrons, so
yeah, I'm a patron.
Okay.
You better hit up Coach and Chrissy. They want to hop on with you. I know Dre will do it.
Oh, I'm gonna put it.
Dre loves to be seen.
Loves to be seen. This is one of his shirts, as a matter of fact. Disposable Entertainment.
There you go.
Disposable. Make sure you go over to Electric Relaxation, check my man out, buy some merch.
And listen, I know that you already did because everybody did, but head over to Mr. Galloway's channel and hit that subscribe button.
I know y'all did it.
Blowing up.
Already over 1,000 subs. I think he's at 1,050 now.
Yeah.
This last 28 days.
Yes. Very well deserved. Congrats, Dre.
Yes, sir. We just what time?
And congrats to you, Hendo. You co-host over there.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
We just dropped
your show too.
We just dropped a new episode, 6 p.m. tonight. We are continuing the countdown of the top 30 greatest rap duos of all time, numbers 20 through 16. Yeah.
Wow, man.
And then next week is going to be listen, the episodes are so long, we didn't want to
be talking, you know.
First wasn't in this one. Right.
Wow.
First two. Yeah, but these last two. So next week is going to be 15 through 11. And then the week after that, we're going to go live and do the final 10.
That's why he's blowing up. Like, you just plan content like professionals over there.
Yeah, I have weeks worth of content for his channel lined up. Unlike over here where we're trying to button things up and tighten it up. And you know what I mean? Oh, okay, Coach. Appreciate you for dropping by.
Hendo said you could just join from your phone.
Hey, right, it's for the patrons. Like, if you're driving in your car and you want to go ahead, so if you want to be a part of what we got going on in the Discord, if you want to be a part of what we have going on with the extra streams, make sure you go over to patreon.com/ROUG, become a patron, get all these extras, hang out with us. We do after stream. We have after stream get-togethers where we hang out, talk, watch sports, play some games. You can get into the Pick'ems League and win this ring. Well, not this one, but the new one, which is a lot better. So I got to make sure I win next year. You can also get into the Dynasty. You can also get into the Dynasty Fantasy Football League with the West Baltimore tier and try to win your belt. Where's my belt at? I just had my belt. I don't know. Belt gets up and walks around. It's just so fire. You can't stay in one place. So you can win that. Listen, you can also get content that you want to request. Maybe a live stream. Maybe if something's not going on and you want to request it, you can get that. So make sure you drop on over to patreon.com/RUG, become a patron. You also get loyalty points for that.
No, Brandon Bazel. I am not a content creator first. I'm a human first. I don't like the way you objectify us. It's disgusting.
Facts. We are human.
Check your goddamn privilege, Brandon.
I guess that's what happens when you have both your parents. Shame. Yes, but listen. I really do appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. And listen, it has been people in here from start to beginning to finish. So you know what? We might be able to do this 5 days a week. I didn't want to do it 5 days a week because I didn't think people would show up. I just thought we would just be in here talking to ourselves. But if the people are going to show, we possibly can make this a 5 day a week show.
You're saying we a lot. And I'm wondering who you're referring to.
We as in the circle, the group, the circle of trust.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
All right. And then when the season rolls around, we're gonna have so much to talk about. So, especially when the season comes, there will be so much that I think 5 days a week is strongly a possibility. Listen, we may even give you an opportunity to call in and speak to Brodney. So, not making any promises, but anything's possible. Anything is possible.
Except Jimmy Butler showing up like a superstar.
Facts.
Absolutely refuses.
Yeah. Oh well. For all y'all that think he's a superstar, find you somebody else. We out.